The greatest amphibious invasion in history was honestly just one bad weather forecast away from disaster. June 6, 1944. To the world, it was the day freedom returned to Europe. But you know, behind the heroic images of soldiers storming the beaches lies a truth that's rarely discussed. D-Day actually came closer to failure than most people realize. What if I told you the fate of the entire Western Front hung by a thread that morning? General Eisenhower called it the Great Crusade. But what he faced wasn't just German bunkers and machine guns, it was really a web of uncertainty. According to historian David Glantz, the Western Allies vastly underestimated the difficulties of launching such an operation, and even more dangerously, they overestimated German weakness. Originally scheduled for June 5th, the invasion was delayed due to violent storms. Eisenhower's meteorologists predicted a brief 24-hour window of calmer seas. Had they been wrong, the fleet would have sailed straight into chaos. Glantz emphasizes just how rare that decision window was. One wrong call, and thousands could have drowned before even reaching the shore. Many credit D-Day's success to Allied brilliance, but Glantz argues it owed just as much to German errors. Field Marshal Rommel was actually away in Germany when the landings began. Hitler, convinced the attack was a feint, refused to release panzer divisions until it was too late. One decisive counterattack at the right moment, and honestly, history could have veered dramatically. At Omaha Beach, the plan nearly fell apart. Allied bombardment missed key targets, leaving German defenses largely intact. The first waves were slaughtered, communication broke down, units landed off course. For 2 crucial hours, there was no front line, only chaos and death. As Glantz notes, victory didn't come from flawless planning, but from junior officers and NCOs adapting in real time. Securing the beaches was only step 1. The Allies couldn't capture a port on day 1, so they brought their own massive artificial harbors called mulberries. If those had failed in the unpredictable Channel waters, and one of them did, the Allies would have lacked the supplies to break out of Normandy. And here's where Glantz's Eastern Front expertise comes in. D-Day wasn't just about the West. Stalin had been demanding a second front for years. The Soviets were bleeding the Wehrmacht dry in the east. Without that pressure, German reserves could have been funneled to France. The timing wasn't just strategic, it was essential for survival. We remember D-Day as a triumph, and it was. But it was also a razor's-edge gamble. A victory snatched from the jaws of possible catastrophe. David Glantz reminds us that war isn't won by destiny but by decisions made in fog, mud, and blood. If D-Day had failed, would Berlin have ever fallen? Would freedom have returned to Europe? That's the story behind the story, a reminder that even the greatest victories